no Skyping. OTM straight out them, I'll be the livest.
Oh, you already know how we rockin', man. It's your brother from another mother, Kobe Lee in the building, bringing you the all-new Philly Cat Podcast. If you're new to the show, let me give you a little bit of a rundown. I'll be talking to Eagles. I'll be talking to Sixers. I'm sprinkling a little bit of the Phillies, but I damn sure ain't talking about the Flyers. Hope everybody feeling good out there. Hope you ain't worried about the mule going blind. In other words, be in control of the things that you can control. Don't let the things out of your control you. Okay, so let's get down to the nitty gritty, man. Last night, the Sixers took down the Spurs with the final score of 115-109. I mean, this was a competitive game. And after last game, after the preseason where Doc compared himself to Popovich, this was a must-win game. Because we would have lost this game, Doc, you would have heard non-stop criticism from the fan base, including me. But anyway, let's get down to the numbers before we get to Doc Rivers. Joel Embiid, I mean, just another 38 burger. This guy is just a robot. He's looking like a damn monster out there. I mean, 38 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists, 6 of 32 from the field, 1 of 3 from the three-point line. He was 5 of 6 from the free throw line. I mean, the guy was just out there. He initially down the line in the fourth quarter. He had 2 big free throws along with Tyrese Maxey's two big free throws in the fourth quarter to ultimately seal the game and put the nail in the coffin. You know what I'm saying? Following behind Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris was back on that low block, you know what I mean? And he gave me 18 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists. He was 6 of 13 from the floor, and he was 6 assists from the 6 of 6 from the free throw line. I mean, Tobias is getting back to the bases. He's getting back to being in the paint behind that low post, you know what I mean? Being a low post presence, you know what I mean? And if the 3 is there, then you take it, my brother. What? He only took 1 3. So, I mean, that's what we need from Tobias. We don't need you forcing that shot. We need you to go ahead and go down in that paint. Because that's where you got the size, you got the weight, you know what I mean? And you ultimately, you got the intelligence, you know what I mean, to make moves and, get a bucket. So, again, Tobias, you balled out. Tyrese Maxey finished off with the 18, the 4 rebounds, the 6 assists, you know what I'm saying? With 6 of 14 from the field, played 42 minutes. Doc is letting this boy run, man. Maxey is just coming along with his development, you know what I mean, his conditioning. He was 5 of 5 from the free throw line. I mean, the guy is coming along and he's looking like a starter for years to come, you know what I mean? It is what it is. Maxey is just a ball player, you know what I mean? So I'm so glad we got that right with the draft, knowing that we in the past we have missed on a lot of guys. Following him was Kork Maz. 17 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists with 7 of 13 from the field, 3 of 5 from the three-point line. I mean, this guy is a great piece to have on your team. But I do think sometimes he might get out of hand and do this and do that. But last night he showed, you know what I mean, he didn't get out of a character. He played exactly what he needed to do. I mean, the guy had 3 assists. So he was making stuff happen for other players. He rebounded a little bit. He was getting cooked on defense just a tad bit, but he still was aggressive, and that's what we needed. Now, Isaiah Joe and Charlie Brown. One thing that I'm saying about Doc is that, okay, you're starting to change your ways, my brother. You're starting to get out of that old school stuff. Let these young boys run, like I said. Both guys played 27 minutes. Talking about Isaiah Joe and Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown got to start last night. And then not only did you start the guys, you let Charlie Brown get starters minutes along with Isaiah Joe. And late in the fourth quarter, you let those guys stay on the floor and play. That's what we need. We don't need you starting them and then don't ever put them back in. You know what I'm saying? Isaiah Joe and Charlie Brown, if you combine both of their stats, I mean, these guys, they shot 50% from the field, 5 of 10, and gave you 15 points. That's what we need from 9th and 10th option. Really, they need to be bumped up to the 8th and 9th option. In my opinion, you know what I mean? Danny needs to slide on back. That's just in my opinion. Along with Milton, we still are missing Milton. When he comes back, he's going to have to fight. Milton's spot is being challenged by Isaiah Joe and this guy Charlie Brown Jr. I mean, Milton might lose minutes because these two guys are playing. They're coming to play. They brought mad energy, especially Charlie Brown. I mean, when you think about it, the guy's forcing backcourt violations. Before the half, he got a steal and a dunk. 3, 2, 1, bam, with the dunk before the first half was over. You got Isaiah Joe starting to put the ball on the ground. Did you see the mid-range where he hit that bank shot in front of a guy that was definitely heavily contested? I mean, Isaiah Joe and Charlie Brown, these young guys are bringing food to the table. You know what I'm saying? And Milton, when you come back, you gonna have to fight, my brother. You're gonna have to fight for that spot, those minutes. You know what I'm saying? But the Spurs, and they scratched and they clawed, man. But ultimately, the big boy on the block, the triple OG, triple Joel Embiid, you know what I mean, put the nail in the coffin. I mean, we were missing Danny, we were missing Milton, Thibault, Seth Curry, Paul Reed, you know, and Ben Simmons. We're still waiting on, you know, a trade from him. If it happens, if it don't happen, listen, if it happens or it doesn't happen, just think about this, Sixers fans. If Joel Embiid is playing how he's playing, we can compete with any team. It don't matter. We have been losing games. We've been seeing games where we up 20 in the third, or we up 15 and whatever, and we end up losing that game, right? But that can change with just a quick adjustment. You know what I'm saying? It shows that we can compete and we can beat any team. We can get up on any team. It's about holding that lead. And I really think if Joel Embiid is giving us 30 plus a night, we can beat any team in the league. You know what I'm saying? Really, we lost to the Hawks because of coaching, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a little bit of Trae Young just getting off on that pick and roll. I mean, how couldn't we just stop the pick and roll? But that comes back to defensive schemes again. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't really individually. But you know what I'm saying? We did our thing. You know what I'm saying? The Sixers right now, they're looking like a team that really might lose in the second round. But I just couldn't think that the fact that we have Joel Embiid, man, playing how he's playing, I really don't know. I really don't know. If you trade Ben Simmons, do you get like 2 B players or maybe a B and a B minus player, and you add those boys to the mix? Yo, we looking like we might have a dynasty on our hands. We got some young boys that's ready to go, especially Maxey. I'm not giving up on Tobias. Ferk is coming along well, you know what I'm saying, as long as he stay, you know, within the lane that he's in, you know what I'm saying. And then when you got guys like Isaiah Joe and Charlie Brown stepping up, and then you add the 2 players that we get from Ben Simmons trade, along with Seth Curry. Seth Curry's going to be a professional. We have a chance, man. We really have a chance to make a run. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. It's your brother from another mother, Kobe Lee in the building, signing out. And until next time, folks, T-Roy, take us home. Hey.
They say little bro ain't keeping it real, you snake, that's crazy. Feeling in my bones on to make 100 million, and this shit won't phase me. A biggie in paper, too many dollars, too many bills, somebody save me.